Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about how summer is the best season, especially if you live in PA all year round. Summer helps improve mental health, it provides you with a lot of things to do, and it just really can't compete with the other three seasons. Okay, so here I have a homemade graph I made, and it shows how people's moods are throughout the year, or most people's moods. So we're going to start here in the middle, and this is like how people's moods are between the months of like the end of August, the beginning of September, all the way till November. And then you take this little arrow and you go to the left side here to this mood. And this mood typically occurs in people between the months of November to like March. And then we follow this arrow and our moods typically come back to this one between the months of like end of March all the way to like May. And then we take a little detour here and our moods become this one between like the end of May all the way till like August. And then it repeats the cycle again. Okay, so here we have the sun. The sun is great. The sun gives you the best source of vitamin D, and that's why there's like increased vitamin D throughout the summer. Vitamin D promotes reduced inflammation and it modulates your cell growth. Um, the sun is like the best natural source of vitamin D like a human could get. And then the next thing is that the sun does for you is it helps you get better sleep. People normally do sleep better in the summer months than they do throughout like between fall and spring. The serotonin that you get, it helps boost your mood, but it also helps you get better sleep as well. Okay. Another thing that the vitamin D does is it also helps you get stronger bones and you have like stronger teeth, which is always good. And when you're getting the sun, like getting sun like put on you, that also helps absorb like calcium, I guess. Okay. And then the last thing the sun does for you is it can lower your blood pressure, especially if like you have high blood pressure or your blood pressure like isn't like normal, I guess you could say. So what happens is your body releases nitric oxide into your blood and that it brings down your blood pressure, or like the nitric oxide brings down your blood pressure, and obviously that helps improve your heart. This is always good because having a healthy blood pressure will reduce the risk of strokes and cardiac diseases. Okay. So another thing that summer does for you is it helps improve people's mental health. Did you know that the risk for dying from a heart attack, stroke, or heart failure disease is 26 to 36% higher in the winter than it is in the summer? That's like a crazy difference. I mean, it's only 10%, but from going up that quick between different seasons is kind of crazy. Okay. So the next thing that like mental health does is it helps with seasonal depression. The sunlight will come in and it'll make you feel great physically, but it even increases your mental health. Studies have shown that people are happier and less depressed in the summertime than in the wintertime. Another thing is in the summer, your body's circadian rhythm is at its peak performance, meaning that your internal um, process that regulates the sleep wake cycle repeats every 24 hours, meaning like it doesn't change, like it's always repeating 24 hours. Okay. And then lastly, there is a thing called SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. I feel like many people have heard about this. About 14 to 26% of the American population suffers from a form of seasonal affective disorder. It's kind of like a winter depression, and it's more common like in the winter because the weather is cold and and the days are shorter. Okay. Okay. So now we're moving on to the sunlight and the warmth. Here's another picture of the beautiful sun, and here is serotonin. Okay, so having sunlight can be very uplifting. The sunlight can release hormones into your brain, and the exposure to the sunlight is supposed to increase the brain's hormones in your brain. As I've said before, serotonin does boost your mood, but it also helps a person feel calm, and it can even help you be more focused. If you have low levels of serotonin, there's a higher risk of major depression. Okay, so as many people know, there's a lot of things you can do in the summer, from going outside to being inside to going to weddings, gardens, going to the lake in the summer, the beach, camping and hiking, stuff like that. Okay, so it said that families and couples usually take their longest vacations in the summer. I feel like that is because you have more time in the summer to do that. You really can't do that out like throughout the year, or at least most people can't. They have to work and stuff like that, so they save their vacation for like times where it is really nice outside. Um, it's said that the worst time to take a vacation is just between like Christmas and New Year's. I mean, that's really not like a big amount of time, but that week or two that's between that, it has been said that that's the worst time to take a vacation. And that also is like in the winter months, so yeah. Okay. Summer also lets students normally have a break from school. I know some students like they do take classes um, during the summer, but they don't have that. They usually don't take as many classes as they do throughout the school year. They take at least like one or two, so you have less classes that you take. The students can focus on other things like themselves and worry about things for themselves. And also, students can also take this time to just focus on work and make money and not have to worry about coming home later and having to do a 5-page paper. And you're less stressed in the summer than you are throughout the school year. Okay, so the winter months, it gets cold and your body wants to shut down, especially like when you go outside in the morning and you need to go defrost your car before you have to go somewhere. That's just like very cold, especially if you don't have like a car starter. I can't even think of the word for it, where you can just like put your keys out the window and start your car. Oh, an automatic. Okay, I'm done. But having to actually go outside and start your car, that just like it sucks, and your body normally shuts down faster throughout the day. I mean, in the winter, you can go skiing and there's snow and stuff like that, but I've also seen places where you can go skiing in the summer, and that's like inside a building. I know it's not the same, but you still have the opportunity to do that. And then you get the snow, and you have to deal with the roads and car accidents and getting all the gravel and stuff on your car. I also want to talk about the nature. I know with snow and everything, it can be pretty and stuff, but once the snow melts and everything, you know that everything is dead, and it's just like depressing compared to the summer where everything's usually green and there's flowers and stuff like that. Okay. I also want to talk about the fall season stuff. I know that there's Halloween and there's Thanksgiving that are two like major holidays in the fall season. But I mean, in the summer you have 4th of July, you can celebrate your independence and do stuff like that. And also in the fall season, it's like hurricane season, and I know in PA it doesn't like affect that much if we there's like a hurricane, but the hurricane, like it comes up and we end up getting like floods and stuff like that, and that is harmful to where we live. And then in the spring season, yes, there's sports and stuff like that, but throughout the summer you can still be doing the sports that you do in the spring in the summer. And the weather, yes, it's like warmer and stuff like that, but it's also muddy and it's still gross, so it's not fun. Okay, and then right here I have a lamp. They're like seasonal lamps. I just wanted to show you guys that you can go purchase one if you are having a seasonal affective disorder, I guess. Okay. So even though not everyone is going to agree with me, I at least hope that you can see the good effects that summer gives to people. And when you get older and you're deciding where you would like to live, just remember that PA isn't going to give you summer all year round. Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and here are my citations. Does anyone have any questions?